Well guys, this is a real treasure. This is a lockwood. I'm 99% sure. I can tell from the bottom here. I don't often see these. This is from Tim Gooding. It's a challenge lock. Tim is a leader of a lock building Aboriginal tribe way out in the outback, I'm sure. I've had several of his locks before, and they've always been a lot of fun. This lockwood is wide open, but I got to tell you, I've opened these before. They are quite a challenge, even when they're not made as challenge locks. I've got the key, but I don't think we even need to take that off of there right now. Let's first see if we can pick our way in there without that stinking key. And if I get it open, I'm sure we're going to hear Tim scream all the way from Australia. All right, let's see what we got. I will try, because it's a wide open keyway, let's take a look at this. Wide open. I can't work from the bottom because we got a little piece of warding right there. I'm going to work from this side, and because it is pretty, I can drive a car in there almost. I'm going to use a homemade DeForest. This is 23 thousandths of an inch thick, and I'm going to use, see if we can, that'll fit it. This is the red one, and it's even a little bit small. This is 1.2 millimeters, or get it to focus there, or 0.044, 44 thousandths of an inch. And I'm going to use the longer of the two ends, and that should be good. All right, let's see what Tim has in here. All right, all the way to the rear, light tension. Maybe I made this mistake before, and I think I'm sensing the same thing again. I feel like springs out of kangaroo legs inside of there. 4, 5. Man, I can't get past that pin number 4, it feels like. Or maybe it's pin 5. Let me grab another pick just to count them. That does not... What do you got in there, man? 4... And it gets stuck right there. I think I'm feeling the 6 in there. All right, let's try that again. Top of the keyway, all the way in, light tension. And I am stuck behind something back there. All right, he must be the binder, but geez, the tension on him is just horrendous. Feels like pin number... might be pin 5, and he's really stuck. I have no tension. There we go. Total tension off. So he is probably maybe ovalized, or perhaps very sharp serrations on that guy. That was pin 2. I got a crunchy feel on him, and I just think he popped back down though. Some of these guys are just like totally stuck. I got no tension on this lock. I got one binder, pin 3. I'm gonna just unload some of the tension. That's gotta be some very sharp edges on those pins. My tension wrench is falling out now. I got a little counter rotation on pin 2 there. Give me another click. There we go. So it took 2 clicks on pin 2, and I'm fighting my way to the rear. I'm stuck behind pin 4 again. I'm getting counter rotation on him though. I'm going to jam the pick under him. And believe it or not, that gave me a false set. Okay, pin 2 again. He's giving me counter rotation. Okay, I got a good fault set going. And I got nothing. I'm getting no counter rotation on any of them now. I got a good fault set, but I think there's probably a T-pin in there holding this mess up. All right, I am on 5. I am getting the very slightest of feedback. I hesitate to call it counter rotation and I'm about to break my pick. So I'm going to let off tension again. Maybe that's not the one, man. He might be set. Okay, now I'm really using a lot of tension on that tension wrench, and I'm getting no love. I am on, feels like 5, and he's always on the bottom. I mean, all the way on the bottom, so I just don't think that's likely. So I'm going to lighten up on some tension. See if I can... Nope, he doesn't want to go. All right, the next choice is pin 3. See if we can try that little trick with him. Nope. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh man, from the feedback, I have absolutely no... I know there's a lot of serrations in here, but there's also probably some really powerful springs. So let's go ahead and zoom this out. Let's take a look at the key. Because if I had to predict what this key looks like based on the feedback I was getting, I couldn't begin to tell you. Man, this stuff is nasty. Of course, sitting in a hot lab, melting temperatures here on the East Coast has been like, last week it was like 400 degrees. This is like black nasty. Come on, come on. It's almost as tough as a log. Man, that stuff is... Guys, if you're going to tape your keys up, don't use this kind of tape, for God's sake. Okay. There's what we got with the nasty stuff on there. So good, a lot of good up, down, but it doesn't look too obscene. I just don't... Let me go ahead and lock it back up. It does work, and it's very smooth. There doesn't seem to be any spring tension on the core. Just once you reach that 90-degree mark, it is key retaining though, so that's a good thing. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Phillips, I happen to have one. Okay, all the guts are falling out. There was no bypass, but I'm not sure this would be bypassable anyway. Get all this stuff out of here, and I could probably just pop that off of there. Okay, stay with me, guys, because I don't have a lot of experience. It might be something, see something really exciting here, like a NASCAR crash. Okay, let me get that tape out of here so it doesn't stick down any of our parts. Okay, I'm hesitating because we have this detent, and if we allow that to get down in any of the holes, we are totally hosed. So let's push them right there. That'll put our pins where we want them. I can press the detent on him and then see what kind of follower we got. We have a couple of little ditches for our pins to fall down the side of, so what I'm going to do is take a shim. I can grab him here. Take one of these guys, shove them in here, just in case there's some T-pins, and I believe there are, based on the way it was behaving. That really doesn't want to go in there. Good tolerances on these Lockwoods. Alright, I think we're ready to let it fly. Alright, everybody cover up your eyes. That's not going to work, guys. That is not going to work. Alright, here's the backup plan. I don't have a follower that'll fit on this odd looking tailpiece. I don't believe this guy will fit over it. Nope. And I don't believe if I use the half, see there, it's going to be too fat. So I'm going to pick this lock, I'm going to gut this lock backwards. We're just going to turn him, we're going to turn him like this. I'm going to push it out, after I push this guy down, and we're going to gut him backwards. Maybe. That is not spring-loaded. What the heck? That is definitely not spring-loaded. Okay, there's another pin right there. I wonder if we mashed him, something good could happen. Absolutely not. Alright, let's try this. Maybe the key is blocking it. Alright, I got a backup plan. Here's a backup plan to our backup plan. I am probably going to destroy the lock, but I can't figure this thing out. So I'm going to pop the top on this thing. And we're going to go in that way. Come on. Okay, we do have, that is spring number 5. Put him right there. All right. Okay, we got 6. The next backup plan was going to be a hammer. All right, let's see what we got here. Come on. Looks like almost like he's in there upside down. It is. It's a key pin upside down. So he's like this. And there's another one in there. He's a normal key pin. So we had an upside down key pin, a steel one, in position number 1. Number 2, we got a nice looking commercial spool. And now that's odd. A spool pin for a key pin. Okay, 3. We have a key pin with the pointed end down, but it's a homemade serrated. And a beautiful looking, get him out of there. Nice looking screw there, brass screw. All right, number 4. We're looking at a homemade spool slash serrated and a nice spool for a key pin. Tim, you got way too much time on your hands, man. You need to take up gator hunting or something. And then these just both fell out at the same time. Another screw for a key pin and a spool for a driver. And last but not least, I think all those are empty, right? Yep. Come on. Okay, we had a normal key pin in the top. And then that is a key pin that's been highly modified. Excellent. All right, now I think, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get this apart or not, guys. Well, that pin fell out. So maybe this pin will now depress. No. That pin is now gone. I'll be damned if I know where he went. That dude is not compressed. Let me try to, I'll bet you he falls out. It's the only answer. You got to be 5% smarter than any equipment you try to operate. So that makes me less than 5% smarter than this lock. All right, what do we got here? Oh my God, these are threaded, but look at these threads, guys. Every one of these is threaded, but very, very rough threads, very coarse threads, all the way down on all 6 chambers. Awesome. Got a couple of anti-drill pins up here in the front. That is some of the coarsest serrations I think I've seen inside of a core. That would definitely grab all of this stuff. Let's take a look at the Bible real quick. I didn't see anything when we went from the top into the Bible. I don't see anything up there that would grab anything, but it's all right there in the core, all that nasty threading. Anyway, Tim from the Outback, thank you, sir, for the lock. Appreciate it. Everybody else, stay safe, stay legal, stay away from Tim's locks. You know, we're not going to end it there. One last step. All right, here's what we got, guys. I am sorry, things are getting out of hand. I'm so freaked out by this lock that in the first chamber we had 2 key pins, and that key pin was in just like that. In the second chamber we had 2 spools, one steel one as a driver, and then one very long spool as a key pin. That's our key pin. It's a piece of brass screw. This one was in just like that with the key pin pointing down, with the pointed end. Here we have another spool, very long one for a key pin, and then upper we have a serration and a very large spool. Another threaded brass screw key pin with a steel driver, and on the last one, it was in like this with the point going down. So we had a key pin with a couple of very fat serrations, and then this guy. All the springs, despite the feeling, they were all standard pins. Perhaps on these 2 with very long key pins, it was enough to generate enough extra tension to kind of make me believe that there were kangaroo leg springs in there. Anyway, there you go, guys. Thanks for your time.